at St. Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward,
you just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself is absolutely 2 thumbs up.
I was born right here in Phillipsburg, St. Martin, outside. After that, I went to Curacao with my parents. We went to live there. And of course, my father had businesses here in Curacao. So after a while, my parents decide that they're gonna raise us in Curacao. Okay, which actually, after when I see it, I still feel good about that, you know, because I had a really, really good education there. It was very, very good. And I've grown to become who I am today. And after a while, after I studied at the university, I went to the bank. I got a job training there before I graduated. And then after that, I worked 1.5 years at that bank. And just before I finished, I graduated. And then when I finished, I worked there about 1.5 years. So after that 1.5 years, I was just sitting down and I was thinking about my life, etc. You know, my wife also was there. We have 2 kids, 2 beautiful, wonderful kids. So I'm a family man also. I love my family, hold people up, you know. And I sit down, I talk to my dad, and I said, you know what, Dad, I think I have to come to St. Martin to live. And he asked me, why? Look, you're here, you have your job. I really thought, you know, I said, I know I'm gonna have to come to St. Martin because I was born here. You know, I was born here in St. Martin, and I have to come back and give my contribution to St. Martin. You know, I want to be part of St. Martin. I want to be part of something great. My father was born in St. Martin. He had a political career in St. Martin. He worked very, very hard in St. Martin for many, many years. He owned various businesses that was pretty successful. And now he's basically passing over me and my sister. And I'm here to make Strictly Business what it is right now, and even more better, you know, to bring everything to the next level. And like I always say, it's not only about we, it's not only about me. You know, it's about bringing St. Martin forward and helping others also to go forward.
Well, I'm a young St. Martiner, young entrepreneur, born and raised right here in St. Martin. Most of my family is on the French side. I born on the Dutch side, went to school on the Dutch side, attended the Milton Peters College, where I did the MAVO as well as the HAVO, so I got some diplomas. I also did some studying in Aruba as well. You know, I'm just a positive person. If anybody who knows me knows I'm always positive, I'm always smiling, always looking at the upside of things. You know, and I believe for us as St. Martiners, we have a lot more to do, you know, put ourselves in position to make things happen. I'm the type of person you'll never find me complaining about any situation. Anything happens, I always look at, okay, what is the solution of getting things done? You know, I've been working for myself. I have my own business now since I graduated in 2000. You know, I have a DVD store, the Video Block Entertainment Store in French Quarter. Up to today, business is good. You know, can't complain. I also, of course, have a full-time job working with Extreme Communications on the Dutch side of the island. And you know, that keeps me pretty busy during the day. So I work for the boss during the day, and then in the evening time I come and I work for myself. You know, of course, as an entrepreneur, I also ventured in online marketing as well. I have an online business. For those of you who heard about Fairy Designer Lines, I'm partnered with them as well since 2010 until now. So I'm the type of person who's always venturing and making extra money, because you can't depend on government for anything. You have to be able, once I have my 2 hands and my 2 feet, I work for myself and I do what I have to do.
Okay, I'm ready. Rolling.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Okay, stop.
We're here with Melvin Austria, cameraman. People out there wants to know what is Strictly Business, what do we do as a team, etc., etc.
I'm from here. I was born on the Dutch side, but I raised French Guiana. I worked in the hotel industry from 15 until a girlfriend at the time told me about a nursing course that was going on, and I ended up inside of that until now. I'm working at the St. Martin Medical Center dialysis unit. I'm a dialysis technician. That's my history aside from the Strictly Business. As you know, Brian, he trains at a specific gym, and from young, I grew up under Brian in the sense of looking at him as an older brother. Every time he did something positive, he always tried to include everybody that he could. And me, I was kind of different. If I'm doing something, I do it solo, but Brian always had that type of energy with him, so I gravitated towards that. And he told me about, I met your father, senior Rolex at the gym also. He had a nice energy also, and they told me about this venture, and because Brian was in, I was all in, and I see it was a group of heads doing positive things, so it's good for me to get involved in something.
Listen to this carefully. Negative thoughts breeds negative lives, which create a negative environment. My friends, how did we arrive where we are today in the climate that we have today? And worse yet, how do we get out of it? It is remarkable that we on this island as local people, we on this island as black people, would rip down each other at all costs. It doesn't have to be true. They don't even want to find out if it's true. Mind you, I was born here, up in the region, the Samuel House, from a mother that was born here, from a father that was born in Trinidad, from a grandmother that was born in Anguilla. I've educated myself thoroughly. I have a master's in biology, I have a master's in chemistry, a bachelor's in education, and a bachelor's in English. I have taught school at Milton Peters College in the highest grades that they have for years. I have never raped, I've never stolen, I never spent an hour in jail, nor accused of anything of the like.
The name Julian Rolex Jr., and of course we know your father, Junior Rolex Sr. Is there any pressure having that same name, and what is your relationship with you and your dad?
Well, what I can tell you, Brian, my dad, I can tell you, he's a great guy, The people here in Zamana love him, the people here in Thomas love him. That's how life goes, But I want to build my own name. I want to build Julian Rolex Jr., because my dad, he's stepping aside now, and some people talk good, some people talk bad, whatever he does, whatever he did to whatever out there, you know, he carries his own weight. You know, he's Rolex Senior. He's a different person. Okay, but what I can tell you though, people out there, they maybe see him, they don't know him. He's a great guy. He was always good to me. He always took care of his family. You know, and I always I look up to my dad and I say, you know, I take out all the positive, good stuff that he did, because he always took care of me, and he always told me, Junior, if you want something, go for it. You know, and he always told me, stay in the right road. Don't move. Stay in the right road. You will make it. You just have to have a lot of patience in life, and you have to stay focused.
I have a good friend of mine here that I met in the gym. A young man, very ambitious. Boy, I was ponging. I told him in Carnival, lend me 2 arms for me to walk around and show off. He wouldn't do that. But I got him on the program anyway. Brian Barry, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Mr. Rolex.
Good, beautiful, beautiful. I'm really, really, really happy and privileged to have you on the program.
My pleasure to be here.
And no problem at all. The question would be, why Brian Barry? Why Brian Barry? Brian Barry, I'm one of your, I would call myself your older brother that admire you a lot. I watch you in the gym. You're always pounding out, very, very consistent and disciplined. Sure. Definitely, I admire that, because there's no success without discipline.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. Very true.
There is no success without ironclad discipline. Now, the floor is yours.
A couple years now, I started to gym at a certain gym on that side of the island. And of course, I know Mr. Rolex Senior from a while back, you know, because he's an entrepreneur. I know him growing up. When he was ordering vehicles and ordering cars back then, you know, different things. And of course, we cross links in the gym, and always have positive conversations, you know, about what's going on in St. Martin, about health, you know, because he believes there's no wealth without health, you know. So we always chit-chatting back and forth. And he always told me, you know, he likes how my character is. He likes that I'm consistent. I'm always in the gym working out hard, do what I have to do, go home, you know, come back the next day, do what I have to do. So our conversations were always positive. And he told me, of course I knew already he had the program Strictly Business, because I always tuned in and listened to him at many times. And he was telling me there's a event coming up, he has to travel, he has to do some certain things. And he's always looking for somebody positive to probably, you know, fill in for him, and so the program can go on, so, you know, they don't be off air. So me being an entrepreneur, me being a person, a go-getter, I even didn't hesitate. I said, man, whenever you need me, I'm there. You know, so before we even did that, before he was leaving, he invited me to be a guest on the program first, you know, so the people could be introduced to who I am and whatnot. So we did that. He did an interview with him. Who's Brian Barry? What do I do? Blah, 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 blah. He loved it, you know. He said, man, you're a natural. So he gave me the green light. The following week, I was the host of the program. Simple as that.
Good morning, my St. Martin people. You're here with your host, Mr. Brian Barry from Strictly Business, also alongside my co-host, Mr. Junior Rolex Jr. And we're here on a sunny day. It's the 8th. Today is a Thursday here in beautiful St. Martin, and we're here visiting the St. Martin Luther King Jr. School.
As you know, Strictly Business Foundation, we're going to be donating 10 tablets. When you give, you make the change. Believe me, when you give, you will make a change in someone's heart or someone's family. So let's be grateful for whatever we have and help others who don't have. Let's help others who don't have. If we start by helping others who don't have, believe me, this world is going to keep progressing every day. It's not only about me or we. Let's be us. Let's help each other, and let's go forward.
We just donated 10 amazing tablets to the kids. You should have seen their faces. They loved it. They're so excited. They got new gifts. They have an early Christmas. So we're here now. We're going to interview the great Stuart Johnson, who is the principal of this amazing school, and just to get a few words from him. But before, let me introduce my co-host, Mr. Julian Rollux Jr.
Good day to all St. Martin listeners, St. Martin viewers, Facebook viewers. As my host was saying, Brian, we just gave Martin Luther King Junior School, donated 10 tablets to them, and the kids were so happy. Now we're here standing up with the principal of the school, Stuart Johnson. Stuart Johnson, good day. Good day. I would like to ask you, how does it feel? How does it usually go? Do you guys usually get donations? And what do you think about technology within education?
Well, of course, we are very elated to have this contribution made on the benefit of our students, and in particular school in general. As school manager, on behalf of the management staff and students, I extend my deep appreciation to these two hard-working gentlemen that have stepped up to show their commitment to education, stepped up to show their commitment to technology being incorporated within education. And of course, the Martin Luther King School is one of the few public schools that is completely Wi-Fi zone in terms of internet access. So we're going to put full use to the tablets. Of course, it's not going to 10 particular students, but school-wide usage that is important to tap into the learning styles of our students, to build on their interests, and of course to stimulate learning. We are very eager to see how these tablets will be utilized by our students. The contribution will go far and wide. Our care team will sit with me and will of course discuss how we're going to implement it fully starting the beginning of next year, 2017. So again, we deeply appreciate this contribution. We look forward of course to more contributions, and of course this step is already big shoes to fill, so we look forward to that and more. And we thank you once again on behalf of the management staff and students of the Dr. Martin Luther King School.
Sunday is Mother's Day, and we're going to be appreciating the mothers in St. Martin. Talk to them and give them their present. Appreciate them.
Being a mom is so much of responsibility, but you do it with so much love and so much care that is like a given. It's a gift that God gives to you to bring soul to this world, for you to nurture, to bring them in the admonition of the Lord, which is the first thing that we should do. If you bring your children, as I said, in the admonition of the Lord, the chances are, of course, that they will never leave the word, that they will always continue. No matter if they go astray at some point of time, they will always come back to the word, to God.
Well, a mother to me is a woman that shelters her kids, shows them love, guides them, protects them, and family is first. A mother's selfless. She's your maid, she's your cook, she's your doctor, your nurse. She puts herself last and puts her child first. At least I do with mine. It gets hard sometimes, extremely hard, but I would say just keep pushing, just keep fighting. At the end of the day, you have someone that's looking at you and going to follow your footsteps in some sort of way. So don't stop, just keep pushing.
So on behalf of Strictly Business,
we'd like to give you
a token for you as a mom.
Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Okay.
Really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Make sure to appreciate your mother this week, because if it wasn't for her, you would have been here. So make sure to do your thing, appreciate her, and you have a blessed day. You'll hear from us. Peace.
We'll right back. Support for this program provided by
Tiki Hut Jerkies, Tiki Hut on the Village Road, right by Aki Supermarket, and also there's another Tiki Hut across by the Beach Plaza Casino. Visit the Tiki Huts for your jerk chicken, your jerk ribs, your rice and peas, your Johnny cakes, and of course you have the healthy cold coconut water where you can get by Coco's and Cold Bay, and also you can get it by Aki Supermarket on the Village Road.
We, our team, me, you, and Melvin, we go every Sunday to the radio. We try to motivate other young ones to make St. Martin a better place. Because I can just focus on me, but it's not only about me. It's about us young ones in St. Martin coming back here to make St. Martin a better place. You know, work together as locals and go forward and stay focused. And as you say, always be positive. Don't stop complaining and go for what you believe in. Go for what you want. You know.
That's a tricky question to answer because I can't give you a reason I can't motivate you to work at your job. Like, you know what I mean to say? Like, for me, my motivation is within. Like, when I see the smile of the patient, that's what motivates me to come again and again. So it's all on what you do. If you love what you do, then you're gonna do it and you're gonna blossom at it. But if you have a specific intent or a specific reason that you're doing it, it's gonna be obvious, you know.
So you're saying
so you should get into something that you love.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't like what you're doing, then you're not gonna be good at it, and you know you're not gonna be happy.
For me, there's several. There's a lot of motivational speakers out there, the Les Browns, the Jim Rohn, and those guys. And like I said, I started my own online business in 2010, and actually the CEO of that company, of Global Wealth Trade, Ferry Design Alliance, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlo, is one of my huge mentors. You know, just his work ethics, the things that he's doing, he always believes in getting better. You know, no matter what we've done with the company, we want to get better for the next time. There's always the next. So he's one of my real good mentors and role models. Also, growing up, my current boss, Mr. Calvin Gramey Brown, you know, who I work for Extreme Communications. This gentleman, from where he was to where he is right now, you know, is a huge inspiration to me. You know, his work ethics as well, and always looking at what the economy itself needs. What's the next great business idea that he can jump on and, you know, and work it out. So those two guys, of course, very instrumental in my life. And of course, you know, in everything you have to look at the good and the bad. You know, you pick sense out of anything that you're doing. So me and my society, you know, whether it's my co-workers, whether it's my father, whether it's my family, my friends, my cousins, everybody plays a major role in what I decide to do in my life. You know, because there's always somebody that have done something already, and you're looking at, hey, should I do it that way or should I do it the other way? So, you know, so I'm always looking to evolve, and whatever I do, try to do it to my best ability.
One person I looked up to is my dad, in the sense of his story. His story is remarkable. By coming here without nothing, so he's self-made, you know. And I also follow Les Brown a lot. He's a great guy. He does motivational speeches, but he doesn't only do speeches. He's been through it all. You know, he lost his house. He had different setbacks in life. You know, so these people motivate you to keep coming back. You know, so keep going forward and keep moving and go for what you want. So I always sit down before I go to bed at night. I listen to Les Brown, so I can get up the next morning wanting to move forward or wanting more in life. You know, and of course, I thank God every day for the new day I've gotten, so I can keep moving forward.
the listeners who always listen to our program, you know, when we sign, and that's something that I always say, what life is. You know, life is all about choices. So you have to be careful what you choose and who you choose, because you see the clock, tick, 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 time waits on no one. You know, so for us as St. Martiners, the youngest you're gonna ever be is today. You know, think about it like that. Tomorrow you're a day older. You know, while we're talking here, you'll be minutes older. So there's always something to do. And very important, anybody negative in your life, it could be your spouse, it could be your brother. Negativity is strangling a lot of people right now. The fear and negativity. So if you can eliminate that, you can put that beside you. You can be positive with your mind. Set goals, set promises, and think about, listen, can I become more? Do I want to become more? What do I have to do? Is it more education? Do I need to study? Well, then study. Is it more looking towards a different angle of how you've been doing something to change it? Do what you have to do. But most importantly, don't be complaining, because nobody can change things other than the person in the mirror. You have to change what you want to change. You have to decide to wake up tomorrow and say, listen, do I like the results that I've achieved? If not, you have to make those changes. You have to decide to start doing different things, whether it's to be an entrepreneur, whether it's to listen, I need a business investment, whatever it may be. But just working for a boss 9 to 5, however old you are, maybe you're a teenager now, maybe you're in 20s, your 30s, you look at your bank account and you don't like the zeros that you see there, you don't like the digits that you see there, you decide to make that change. Study more, learn something, read more books, whatever it may be. But don't settle for less. You know, do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself is absolutely 2 thumbs up.
Brian spoke about a time back, a small thing that we could all do started from in our house, which is keep the place clean. You know, driving on the road, you see sacks over here, garbages over here. You know, so our morals, you just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything. From the basics, you'll be able to deal with the foundation and everything. So everybody needs to just get back to the morals of the situation and go from there.
Well, I would like to tell the people of St. Martin, thank you for everything, you know, for being with Strictly Business for so many years. And guys, we can do it. We from St. Martin, we can do it. We can go out there and we can fight for what we want. If you want to open a business, sit down, write down what you want. Don't just only think about it. Write it down. If you have an idea, just write it down. And if you cannot implement it alone, go by someone you trust, someone you see can be an example for you, and ask them, how can we do this? And we go together and we make it happen. You know, that's very, very important to go together. Let's hold hands together and go forward. I believe in team. I don't believe in just one person. I believe in a team. And I believe also that as St. Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward, I also would like to thank all the support we have been getting online, Facebook, all the messages. We truly, truly appreciate it, you know. So that's basically my last